Okay, we have Nick Broeker. He has a couple of comments first.
Just thank you guys for being here. Really honored to be here and represent Ole Miss. Really excited for this season.
Okay, we'll open up with some questions here on your right.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX in College Station. Nick, just coming off a 10-win season, how do you guys top that? I mean, what I guess kind of springboard was that for this season now?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like going into last season, that Outback Bowl kind of propelled us. We kind of got a good taste of winning, and that helped us a lot last year. Now we had a good regular season and kind of have a sour taste in our mouth from the Sugar Bowl. So I think we're expecting a lot more this year.
You've played in a large part of the games throughout your career. Is that a source of pride that you've been there every time the team's on the field?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's really no moment too big at this point, just because, like you said, it's been my fourth year playing and really seen a lot, really learned a lot.
We'll go to your left on the back row.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. Replacing Matt Corral is obviously going to be one of the challenges for the Ole Miss offense this year. There are a couple contenders to be the new quarterback. What have you seen from the quarterback competition as one of the stalwarts of the offense?
It's been really cool to see. They've competed really well with each other, really helped each other grow, and done things the right way. They have competed, but at the same time they've kept the relationship on and off the field, and it's been really fun to see them both get better and keep the same level of friendship off the field.
To your left on the second row.
Joe Cook, WAPT in Jackson. Nick, just talk about the continuity you guys have on the offensive line and how important it is, in this day and age with transfer portal. You guys got lots of new faces on both sides of the ball. But with that continuity, do you think the offensive line unit can be the unit to lead this group this year?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we have a lot of guys coming back. I think we returned 4 starters, and Mason's coming in as well. He's really fit in like a glove with us. He's done a really great job of really, meshing in with us. And like you said, there's a lot of new guys, but, we're kind of, an older group now. A lot of us have been playing for a couple of years now, and, it's really, our time to kind of lead the team.
On your right, second row.
The NIL rules, it's been about a year since that went into effect. Do you feel like it's changed the game at all? And, if so, how?
A little bit, definitely. I think, it is kind of expected for that to happen. You kind of see it all over, but, overall, I think it is a good thing for all student athletes.
To your right, third row.
Hey, Nick, obviously Lane's the offensive mind, but just interested with Weiss coming in and Levy leaving. How much of this is Kiffin's offense versus, the offensive coordinator, and how big of an adjustment is that for you guys?
It is really cool to see them work together. They've worked together in the past, and, they kind of mesh well together. And, it's kind of cool, learning from both of those guys. They really see eye to eye and on the same page. And it's really fun to, be around both of those, offensive geniuses, so to speak.
We'll go to your left on the back row again.
The quarterbacks get a lot of the attention, but the running game has been one of the reasons why Ole Miss's offense has been so potent under Coach Kiffin these last couple of years. You bring in some new running backs, but I imagine the expectation is that you guys are still going to try to attack on the ground as effectively as you have in the past?
Yeah, definitely. We were very fortunate, last couple of years we had Snoop and Ely, and this year, we have Zach and Dew, and even Quinshon Judkins, Kentrell Bullock. We've got a really good group of running backs that we're really excited about, and offensive line wise, as long as we can open up holes for those guys, they have the ability to hit home run plays really whenever.
Is left tackle the focal point of the offensive line, or why is that, in perception wise, at least a high profile position?
Yeah, I feel like it's The Blind Side, it's the movie, but. Really with the offensive line, it really is just 5 as 1. It starts with the center and communicating, and, left tackle, like you said, is kind of viewed as a very important position, but, they're all very important.
How important is it to be able to start 2 positions on a line?
Yeah, for me, it's a big change, but, I've really embraced it and I've really enjoyed it, and, for future endeavors, I think it's going to really help pay off in the end.
To your left, back row.
We asked Cedric about the Tennessee game last year, which is one of the more memorable college football games of the season. Your lasting memories of that night and sort of what you'll be telling folks, down the line in your life about that game?
Yeah, I've never been a part of anything like that. It was pretty wild, Kind of took me a second to realize what was happening, to be completely honest with you. The game was stopped, and I didn't really understand why. Next thing I know, there's kind of things falling at my feet, hitting people, and next thing you know, there's a golf ball going at Lane. And but it was, something you'll be able to tell about, pretty much for the rest of my life.
We'll stay on the left in the back row.
Nick, how important is, considering coaches that have changed, a lot of players from last year that have gone, how important is keeping continuity for the guys that are back this season?
Yeah, it's very important. We still have a lot of returning guys as well. Obviously, there are some new faces, but you still have a really good core group of guys, good group of older guys that have really, been able to help as leaders, and so I'm really excited about that as well.
Another one here on the right.
What's it like playing for Lane Kiffin? Cedric described him as having a kind of a swag about him. I mean, just from your perspective, what's it like, playing for a coach like Lane Kiffin?
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of swag, a lot of moxie, but I think, the biggest thing is he kind of allows us to be ourselves. I really appreciate that. He kind of lets it be a player-led team, which is really all he really asks for. There's a lot of different personalities, but at the end of the day, a lot of players really appreciate that because we can all act like ourselves.
You've been around the block a few times in the conference on the road. What are the most memorable places to play?
Tennessee. Tennessee's definitely one. To me, Auburn's always been a really cool environment. Anytime you get to play the Egg Bowl at State with the Cowboys, I think, that's always a pretty special game. Playing on Thursday on Thanksgiving Day, us against State, that's always a really fun game to play in as well.
We have any other questions? We have a good talker here. Another one here on the right.
When you think about, realistic expectations for this team, do you guys, talk about what you did last year and what the goal is this year at all?
A little bit. I think we're just kind of more so using the last year's experience as, a guidance for this year. We won a lot of close games, and, even in the 2-3 games really that we lost, we were right there. A couple of plays really changed the game. So, coming with a mindset, that we can go every week just 1-0, and how many little plays can really change the outcome of a game and really change the outcome of a season. I think those are really big things we're looking at now.
To your left, back row.
The offense gets more of the attention, but Ole Miss has a defense that's been getting better every year under Coach Kiffin. What should folks expect out of the defense this year, and any players in particular people should keep an eye on?
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of talent on defense. Seth Johnson had a really good spring. A lot of the DBs have done a really great job. Miles Battle, DeAndre Prince, 10 has done a really great job as well, and JJ Peggy has been a really good pickup for us as well. I'm really excited about him, and overall, I feel like the defense has just done a great job. Schematically, really mixing up a lot of different looks for us, and so it's been really fun to see them improve.
On the front row.
AP Stedham, WHEP, Foley, Alabama. What's the most challenging thing for you to play left tackle? Is it going against all those fabulous athletes that are trying to get to your quarterback?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of space. There's some really freak athletes that can really bend the edge and, have the ability to go inside and some length. So, definitely that's been probably the toughest part is, like you said, guys that can really, there's guys that come off the edge and run like 4.4s and things like that. But, that's what you really expect in this league.
Get back here on the right.
What was it like around town having the baseball team, bring home a national championship? And is there, there's already the rivalry, but the fact that, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, back-to-back national champions, is there a little bit more of that added to the rivalry, I guess?
Yeah, Oxford was crazy. I've never seen Oxford like that. Every place was just slammed, every restaurant, everything, it was unbelievable, how everybody really came together. And it was really cool to see, our team really, they let the Rebs get hot, like everybody said. And it was awesome to, see. And like you said, State went back to, your State won the year before and we won. So I think really in general, which is a great thing for the state of Mississippi that we were kind of able to do that. But I think, yeah, definitely I think there's a little more fuel to the fire now.
Back row.
You mentioned J.J. Pegues previously. A lot of Auburn folks were upset to see him leave. He became a fan favorite pretty early in his Auburn career. How's he fitting in at Ole Miss? I know he was excited to get back to a little bit closer to home.
Yeah, like you said, he's from Oxford, so for him, he's just coming back home. And I think, for him, he's really meshed in well with all of us, honestly. He's a great guy to have around, works really hard and easy to talk to. And whenever you can add guys like that to the locker room, it makes everybody's life a lot easier.
We have any last questions? All right. Thanks very much. Good job.
Thank you.